and Chandler's standing there. And I said, "What the hell are you doing here?" He goes, "Oh, I crashed in the oil too." I said, "Oil?" It was oil. It wasn't just me trying too hard. And I looked, and about that time, and the gravel comes foggy. And I thought, So I took it upon myself to run back across the track. Meanwhile, this guy is still propped on this flag, looking down the hill, kind of towards Craner. Well, you can't see Craner from there, but he's standing and looking that direction, not even paying any attention to what's happening back here, or looking and thinking, 3 guys down, I wonder if there's something on the track. The problem was, just out of the corner down the hill was Kaczynski sitting with a gearbox blown out of a Yamaha, which means water and oil. So when I get to him, I think what I did was I kicked the flag and he almost fell over. And then I grabbed the flag and I went, and I walked over, and Gardner gave me credit for winning the race, because he said, if you hadn't got the oil flag out, he goes, I would have probably gone down in it next. So I was called in front of the stewards, and I was told I had to apologize to the Marshal Committee, because on television I had made them all look silly. And I said, who crashed out of second place at the British Grand Prix? That was me. I think I look sillier than those guys that were supposed to be doing their job. Marshals do a great job. There's no doubt about it, and we couldn't have racing without them. But that particular day, that guy in that corner, I don't think did his job correctly.
I think he did. I punched one once.
Aviation fuel, then worry.
What?
Aviation fuel, worry.
No, that never existed. He's saying about, well, I was done it in Slippy, and there was all sorts of theories. Some said it was, get this, somebody came up with this theory, oh, it's because before they land, airliners going into East Midlands are dumping a load of fuel. Really? Really? Because that's efficiency for you. Oh, just dump a lot of expensive fuel. Yeah, rubbish.
How many pounds a gallon? Oh, yeah, we're just going to dump it.
Yeah, we'll just get a little bit of that. Last question, because then we've really got to get...
Kev, what do you think to Marc Marquez's riding style? And do you think, even at your age, you could whoop his ass?
Maybe in a barroom brawl, but on a motorcycle, I'm going to have to be honest. I don't think I'd even fancy trying. You know, it's yeah, my elbow's dragged before, but it drags just about the same time my ass starts to drag. I'm on the ground and in the gravel. So trying to figure out, and you know, I got a little bit of this when I was at Suzuka, trying to figure out just how much grip those Bridgestones got. And hearing guys say, oh, you got to load the front a little bit more. Well, what do you mean load the front a little bit more? I mean, I carry some brake in, I get back in the gas, I'm turning it, I'm driving it, it's steering. How do you get any more load on it than that? You know, oh, you got to lean it over a little further, add some up. So no, I don't think 60 degrees lean angle is something I could ever get. There's a picture of me from Salzburg that I think I've achieved 60-degree lean angle, but the picture's from the back. And if you look at the photo from the front, because I've seen that same picture, there's a big black line coming from the front tire. But the left hand is already off of the handlebar and into the eject position, which is on the back of the fuel tank. So it's like, I'm about to go get away from it. So yeah, now Marquez, he can ride a bike, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, you know what it is? It's of the time. That's the thing, it's of the time. You pack in and you pass the baton on, and that's what happens. All this, who was the best ever? Who would have beat? Who cares if Aylwood would have beat Doohan? You can't ever. There's no right or wrong. Yes or no. You can't ever prove it either way. Well, yeah. All you know is that the fast men are going as fast as they can on those bikes and those tyres at that time. That's all you can say.
We did a press conference in Barcelona 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I forget when it was, but it was Doohan, myself, Crevier. It was rainy. And we're all sat up there, and one of the journalists goes, well, if you were racing today, who would win? Which one of you guys would win? Somehow they included Rossi's name in there. If it was Rossi and you guys racing today, who would win? And they went to the first guy, and Wayne, of course, yeah, that's a tough call. Doohan, I don't know, Crevier, I'm not sure. I said, well, I don't know who'd win out of us, but Rossi beat fifth. And you should have seen the journalist take off for the door running. Wait till we go tell Valentino that. Supposedly he got to Valentino, said, Schwantz said you'd be fifth in the battle against those, against you guys. He goes, I'd be honored to be 5th in that group. So the journalist thought he had something that was really going to stir up a bunch of crap, and it did.
Can I have one last one? Have we got? I mean, it's your call, really. I've nowhere to go. Live on my own now.
I'm sure some people would take Jamie home here.
Jamie.
Hang on, go on.
All right, Kevin. We know how much you like Donington Park. What do you think to the Melbourne Loop? I was talking to 2 of your countrymen at World Superbikes, what they reckon to the Melbourne Loop, and they said it was awesome. Aaron Yates and Jeff May. I mean, a lot of people call it Mickey Mouse part of the track. What do you think to it?
I rode the national circuit for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
And absolutely, it makes that track a whole lot nicer to ride around. But being somebody who rode a bike that was really good on the brakes, much like I think those bikes Jeff May and Aaron Yates ride, you're happy to see some big long stopping areas like that trying to make up some ground. So, it was a spot for me to catch back up and try and set somebody up for the rest of the lap to try and make a pass to be able to keep myself in contention to win a race. I mean, I like it. I think there's there's a place in every racetrack for some stop-start stuff like that. And of course, it suited the Suzuki very well, so yeah, I actually really like it a lot.
To be honest myself, I didn't realise how much I liked Donington until we nearly lost it a few years ago. They were going to develop it, and then they ran out of money, and then it was dug up, and then it was going to disappear altogether, go for housing or another warehouse for the airport. Yeah, and we nearly lost it, and it wasn't until then I thought, you know what, I've had some good times here, and I like that place. So yeah, I'm thankful, whatever circuit we're on. To be honest, the most enjoyable to ride around, the most flowing, is the national circuit. And the Melbourne Loop were only put on to bring it up to GP length. They wouldn't look at it because they're too short without it.
You've never had the fun, though, that me and Kevin's having.
I don't want to go there.
With a 52-seater bus.
I do what?
With a 52-seater bus.
No, you're on about Day of Champions.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the funniest Day of Champions story with the bus is. They allowed, and I don't know why, because they knew who he was, they allowed Steve Parrish, ex-world truck racing champion, not a lot of difference between a truck and a bus, I'm thinking to Steve, so he knew what he was doing, drive a bus round to give people who'd paid for the privilege on the Day of Champions to raise money for Riders for Health. Parrish, obviously, is supposed to go 50 miles an hour. This is red gear. You're taking in second gear on a motorcycle, perhaps 80 miles an hour at the apex. All this shit. I've done it. I know what you're supposed to do. I know, not Parrish. Hang on, everybody. He takes off. He's down craner, the thing's sideways, the wheels hanging over the grass. And these things apparently have a portaloo. Some of these buses have a portaloo on board. And this is the Thursday before the GP, so track condition is fairly critical because the guys are going out next day and it's quite important. So at the old hairpin, the bums come out of the portaloo, it's all sloshed to one side because he's doing 100 miles an hour, and it's let's say some fluid has come out of the portaloo and it's spilled on the track, and it's stained the track a little bit. So at the end of the day, was seen a Dorner, what's the word?
Paul Butler, actually, Parrish told the story that Paul Butler was walking around going, doesn't look like oil.
It's not oil.
Doesn't taste like anything.
It was the debris from the poop tank. So yeah, I mean, Parrish is mad anyway. To spend any time with Steve is entertaining at best, fucking annoying at worst. You know, like when you go off with him, I commentate with him a little bit, TT and that. Day one, fair enough, you go into your hotel room, you should have looked to see if there were a bucket half full of water on your door, shouldn't you? That's my fault. But by day 3, when you put your shoes on and there's jam in the toes, it's not so funny anymore. Bastard. Now we're going to have to wrap this up. We have to wrap it up. I don't feel like we're going to have to do it.
Yes, we are. Just a couple of thank yous, really. Firstly, thank you for attending. It's great to put on events like this, especially when people do take the time out of a Monday evening to come. So thank you for everybody for turning up tonight. Thank you to Arai for helping this event happen in the first place. Thank you to Marnie over there, Kevin's PA, who with various emails backwards and forwards got to meet her today. Thanks to Jim for coming along. Kevin's dad, great to meet him. He's a lovely guy. Thanks to Jamie Whitham for again hosting the CMC event brilliantly. It's great to have him here. But our thanks go to Kevin Schwantz for coming to CMC tonight. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be like to get out. Hopefully be reasonably sensible. Anybody who's riding a bike, if you could just ride out of here carefully. We have some very understanding neighbours live opposite us, so if you could just be quiet riding out, we'd really appreciate that. And the next event this Sunday, charity ride out for Ashgate Hospice and also Scooter Sunday.